Yeah, shouts going out to R on the beer drinking massive. Oh yeah.
Hi, welcome to another edition of Cube's Home Movies with Chris and Mike. We are here today in beautiful Rock Point. It's a provincial park here in Ontario, and Chris and I have decided to go camping for the weekend, so we're just hanging out and got all of our gear set up, so now we're just going to have a little bit of fun. So a little bit of a backstory. I told Chris that I had a surprise for him, and I told him about a week ago to sort of pique his curiosity, and I'm sure it's piquing right now.
Oh yeah, still have no idea what's going on.
Because the surprise is actually inside this Rubbermaid cooler that we got right here. So what we're gonna do is enjoy a surprise, and we'll kind of go from there. I got something in mind for us.
All right, let's see what you got in this cooler.
Right, open it up.
Oh, looks like we got some beers. Got some pale ale here. We got another pale ale.
Alright, let's start with those.
Alright, so we got some pale ales. You got a bottle opener there, buddy? We're gonna need one of those.
So this is Chris and Mike beer review number 1. We are going to be reviewing Doggie style pale ale. I picked up this stuff on a trip when I was in New Jersey just a few weeks ago. And this stuff is made by the Flying Dog Brewery. It is 5.5% alcohol by volume, and it's got a really cool label right there. I don't know if you can see that. It's got this really strange artwork, and I mean, you either like it or you don't. It is kind of strange, but it is certainly colorful. The one thing I will say though is that the label is printed on paper that feels really nice.
It's like some, possibly some recycled paper here.
Possibly some recycled paper, Chris is saying. Just it feels really good to the touch. I've never quite felt anything like it before. So
yeah, very interesting artwork. You can see the dog's cock here. Just notice that. He's got a cock and it looks like he's ripping some of these shreds. So sex and violence going on at the same time. And
yeah. So
maybe some drugs here for these hallucinogenic
Someone might have been on
wings.
drugs when they were making
possibly high.
This bottle right here.
But looks like a good drink, so let's crack these and see how they taste.
Alright, so we'll do Chris's first.
Make sure this is emptied out of the last beer we had. I guess we can just drink these straight out of the bottle here. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
See how this goes.
Well, it's definitely a pale ale, and you can tell that because it's very hoppy, but it's almost got a bit of malt to it, so it's a bit sweeter. And
yeah, definitely sweetness there. Kind of almost citrusy, actually.
Yeah,
kind of a little citrus peel action going on
so
here.
It's got that sweetness to it as well. It's actually very nice tasting beer. It's not something like you might want to drink a little too pour of, but certainly if you want something that's got some flavor and a bit of spice to it, with a bit of sweetness as well. This is actually really nice.
Wow, that's quite good actually. I don't particularly like the overly hoppy beers because I find them too drying to the mouth, and just overall a little kind of pasty generating. Yeah. But the citrusiness in this beer is offsetting that quite nicely. It's a good balance.
It is a good balance. Yeah.
So far, a thumbs up from me. Good stuff.
Well, this beer is made in Maryland, and it's got a quote by Hunter S. Thompson, who was played by Johnny Depp in the movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Good people drink good beer, and certainly this is a good beer, and a couple of good guys just enjoying it here.
Yep, I would agree with that. Good beer.
Good beer.
Yep. Doesn't even taste like a 5.5 either. Gotta say that too. Tastes much milder.
Yeah, it's almost like I mean, you know that the alcohol is there, just kind of the way that it sort of heats up your belly a little bit, but it's not like it's, it's not like it's overwhelming considering it's 5.5. Like normally that's a strong beer, but this is very drinkable.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some beers that you can buy today around that percentage, and they're just undrinkable. They're just so harsh and nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obvious that some effort was lacking in the care put into those beers, and that's clearly not the case here. This is a quality brew, I have to say.
So this brewery, Flying Dog Brewery, they got a website, flyingdogbrewery.com. You can check it out through the links in the video here. And yeah, Frederick, MD, that's for, pretty sure that's Maryland.
Maryland, yep.
Yeah. Obviously, you know, like we live in Canada, so this beer you have to actually bring over yourself over the border.
Not available to buy here in Ontario?
Not available to buy here in Ontario, but certainly for sale in New Jersey. Down near the coast there, you can pick up a nice sixer of Doggie style, Doggie Ale.
That name is hilarious, man. You just go to the beer store with your chick and you're like, yo, I think we're going Doggie style tonight. Yeah, good beer. I like the label a lot, actually. Very unique.
Yeah.
A lot of boring beers these days, so
Yeah.
it's nice to see somebody kind of step outside the zone
Yeah.
and do something a little...
This is definitely the first beer that I've seen like a cock on it. I mean, it is a dog's cock, but still, this is the first one that's actually got it just hanging right out there.
Yeah, that's the penis there. Dog's tail has like a helicopter blade on it.
Yeah, the dog's tail right here has got a helicopter blade right there. And it's got some gears there. I guess that's to
make the
power 'em up.
wings go.
Yeah.
The wings are coming out of the neck where the head should be. Head seems to be coming out of the shoulder.
Well, it almost looks like something he's got strapped on because you can see that there's sort of
Oh yeah, you're right.
straps. So he's obviously wearing this this contraption. Maybe that's why he's spitting blood because like somebody's turned him into this
Yeah, it could
crazy
be out of
flying
anger.
contraption. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But you know what? I gotta say, like, even if you don't like the artwork, you still have to be, pretty brave to put something like this, like, on your beer label, right? Because it's gonna scare some people off. I mean, up here in Canada, like, the beer labels are pretty boring. I mean, you've got the maple leaf on Molson Canadian. There's a maple leaf and a beaver on all the bottles of Sleeman. You know what I mean? And, sometimes it's just the text and maybe a box and, like a little bit of graphic design and the shadowing of the logo, but really, like, they're not, taking any kind of chances with,
Yeah, I think
creative
that's
designs.
That's what it is. They're not taking chances. They just have to be conservative to make sure they don't piss anybody off. But these guys, they're just like, F you, I want you to be pissed off.
Yeah.
It's my goal here.
Yeah.
Start an interesting conversation about doggy style.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool label though.
Yeah. The taste is really good. Taste is really, really good. Just, oh yeah, like it's got like, that sort of malty biscuit sort of taste going on, like almost like, you know how like when you're really hungry and like the morning started to roll around and all you want is like a big bowl of cereal? It's definitely like, it's kind of just reminding me of that feeling I get,
It's making you hungry?
Well, not that it's making me hungry, but no, just like that satisfied feeling you get once you,
after you eat the food.
After you eat the food.
Oh, yeah. Beer is does have that quality with the carbs in it. Does tend to fill you up. I think I'm actually detecting a pineapple hint here too. I don't know if you've picked up on that.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
Do you agree with that, pineapple? I definitely taste it, especially on the burps. But it's there. It's the pineapple flavor. I don't know. It's coming through somehow. But
Yeah, cool. No, now that you mention it, hold on, I'll have another sip here.
I'm almost done mine actually. I think I'm on my last sip here.
Not quite, but I think it's the orange peel.
Yeah, it's definitely orange.
Yeah, definitely orange peel.
Potentially pineapple, maybe some slight hint of pineapple, but yeah, it's orange if any of the citrus fruits.
Yeah.
It's definitely
Definitely
orange.
the orange in there. Yeah. So I mean, like it's you know, you could probably put this into a glass like with a slice of orange.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm partial to the white beers with an orange slice, and this is like the best of both worlds. You know, you got a pale ale, so it's got the same kind of light, more uplifting texture than your typical beer. But then at the same time, you have the orange to kind of lift you up a little even higher than that. You know, it's like it's just a whole good combination of things going on here in this doggy style. So.
Wow.
Bottoms up.
Yeah, bottoms up.
I polished mine off already. It was so
I got a
good.
little sip left. I drank a little bit slower than this guy. He's a champion beer drinker.
I don't know about that, but I think this was just so good. I just had to keep taking big swigs, and yep. It's a shame you can't buy that here.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have to think. I mean, in the Ontario region, the beer market's controlled by, really, it's three players. You've got the LCBO, you've got the beer store, which has, the ownership is sort of split mostly between Molson and InBev, which owns Labatt, and a little bit to Sleeman's, which is owned by Sapporo. And then really, you can go to the brewery itself and you can buy it right there.
Yep.
You know, and they're sort of scattered, you know, here and there. You've got Nickelbrook in Burlington, and Labatt's is in London, and Molson's is in Toronto.
But Steam Whistle and some other locals.
Steam Whistle, yeah. But really, I don't think that the LCBO or even the beer store wants to stock something unless they know they can get a whole ton of it. Because, you know,
that's their thing.
That's the thing. Like, I mean, if you have a product that people like, you want to be able to keep on selling that to them. Because really, it doesn't matter what beer you're selling. If you're still selling beer in a store that you own and you're taking, you know, like profit from that, you know, whatever beer sells, you know, is the one that you want to have in stock.
That's why Molson Canadian is the first thing you see when you walk in the beer store, right?
Yeah, so really, I mean, like, you're talking about huge volumes of beer that has to be produced in order to service those stores in that market. And when you have the microbrew, like Flying Dog, you know, made in the United States and having to be imported, they still have to be big enough that they can make a profit to make it worth their while, but they also need to be big enough that they can keep the stock coming into the stores. So really, I mean, it might come in as a curiosity, like maybe for 3 months, but it would never be something that would be stocked on a regular basis unless they actually get larger and can sort of increase their volumes of beer that they produce.
Yeah, it's the consistency, I think, that's the real challenge for these smaller brewers is how can you guarantee that every bottle of beer is going to taste the same over a 6-month or 1 year period? But I mean, Labatt's and, you know, Anheuser-Busch and whatever, they can do that because they have the infrastructure there to produce that beer. But these smaller guys, they really can do just the short run brew. And I mean, they can try it again, but really, are they going to be able to guarantee the consistency that?
I think that's one of the great things, though, about you know, living here in Southern Ontario is that we are very close to the border, you know, for Buffalo and you know, Western New York, and we have the opportunity to cross over and, you know, make it an adventure to find some new beers. You know, it's not something that you're going to get all the time, but certainly if you're down there, you know. You should really try something new, I think. You know, help out our brothers in the United States of America, you know, and you know, get some money pumping into that economy, you know.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people say, you know, negative about American beers, saying it's all just water and that stuff. And for the most part, if you look at the big brands, that's true. But I mean, if you look at the big brands in Canada, it's true as well. The big brands here are crap, and any discerning beer drinker wouldn't go near a case of Canadian or dare I say it, Coors Light, such a popular beer. I don't want to piss anybody off here, but
yeah, but I mean, like, there's certainly, you know, like a market for that stuff, and even, I mean, I think that, you know, all beers can be enjoyable. You know, like it's even the ones that you mentioned. You know, there's a certain way you can kind of, you know, enjoy those beers, but yeah. But to conclude, I think that, you know, like we give Flying Dog Breweries Doggie Style Pale Ale, 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, I have to say, definitely 2 thumbs up for me. Good beer.
Yeah, shouts going out to R on the beer drinking massive.